we've reached Swedish member of European Parliament, Karin Karlsbro in Stockholm. She's also the chair of the European Parliament's Committee on International Trade. Thank you so much for making time for us today.
Thank you.
You know, first, because we were just listening there to Denmark's Prime Minister, we heard just a few minutes ago as well from Greenland's Prime Minister as well. When it comes to this red line of sovereignty, saying that that must be respected, there must be a mutual respect in any discussions going forward. Do you feel that that will be respected? How do you think that red line is being received by the other parties who are having these discussions without Greenland?
Well, I think there has been a strong unity in the European Union and among our partners that there is a red line. Everyone has to respect each other's territorial integrity, sovereignty. I mean, that's the base for the world order.
When we talk about the discussions that were happening just a matter of a little over 24 hours ago, it was the U.S. president speaking at the World Economic Forum, essentially saying that he was ruling out the use of military force. At that point, economic force was still on the table, but we know shortly after those proposed tariffs were taken off the table as well. Does this signal, in fact, that his pursuit of acquiring this territory was a failure?
Yes. Well, I think that thanks to the strong and united response from the European Union, as well as very critical voices in America, made the president to change his mind. He understood that this was totally the wrong path. So he announced this change, which was, of course, a good step. But still, it's not business as usual. And it's up to Greenland, it's up to Denmark, and the European Union to decide when we are comfortable again.
And in terms of that, we heard also from Denmark's leader as well as Greenland that they would like to see a more permanent presence when it comes to security in the territory and in the Arctic as well. In addition to that, what other tools do you believe should be employed? I know that during the course of time when there was this threat of tariffs, of economic force against those European nations that were opposing Trump's aspirations to acquire Greenland, there was talk of a trade bazooka being employed here. Tell us a little bit more about that and how it would work.
Well, the trade bazooka is an instrument we can use for anti-coercion. And the bazooka exists and it can be loaded, and it's designed precisely for situations like this. You can compare it with NATO Article 5. It's one for all and all for one. And it's designed to actually hit the third country, which is threatening EU country. But of course, it's a failure if we would come to a situation where we have to use it. But the bazooka is still there in our toolbox. But there is another thing I would like to mention. And yesterday, it was actually just before the announcement from President Trump, we decided in the Trade Committee to suspend the work on the trade agreement from last summer. And until the United States shows an honest ambition for cooperation rather than confrontation, we will not put the file on the agenda again. And when will that happen? Well, it's up to Greenland, to Denmark, to us to identify when we reach that point.
Do allies still remain on edge, though? Certainly there was a little bit of relief hearing that the U.S. president was rolling back the tariffs, that military force was taken off of the table there. But how are allies feeling right now in terms of trusting the U.S. president at his word that that will be the case going forward and that he won't change his mind?
Well, President Trump is elected president of the United States. not the world. And we expect that he will treat all European countries and European Union itself with the respect we show to the United States. I mean, and basically, we have been in the same family since the Second World War. During decade, we have created so many great cooperations. We have improved our trade relation. We have benefit from very close trade and economic relations. And for a short period, many things have gone the wrong direction. We expect that we will see another future, that we will be back on track, because when we stay close together, we will be stronger and better. And I'm sure that that's possible, but it needs enough is enough, and we expect to see a change.
Well, I appreciate your time and you joining us for this discussion today, an important one that perhaps we'll have again. That is Karin Karlsbro. She is a Swedish member of European Parliament and the Vice Chair of the European Union's Committee on International Trade. She joined us today from Stockholm. Thanks again.